Diablo 4 has announced it has 5 classes that you can select, and those 5 classes can get you to level 100 in different ways, in different speeds, and in different builds. How can you know that your selection, that your class that you have chosen is not the weakest link in all of the 5? Or are you sure that yours is the strongest one? So first, there's no such thing as best profession, because no one has ever played the game to its full extent yet, and we don't know what kind of profession is best when it comes to leveling up. No one knows what kind of profession is best when it comes to clearing out dungeon waves. No one knows what kind of profession is best in PvP or simply just best in open world, best in groups. Do you know why? Because game is not out yet. And when the game will be out yet, it will take several weeks for all of the people, all of the pros, all of the skilled players to measure and level all of the classes so they could be sure what kind of profession fits the best criteria for your category. As per now, don't be confused and don't be fooled. I want to help you out because I'm not overloading my brain with useless information and useless stuff that's been thrown out when it comes to best. So we have 5 classes. Those 5 classes can be separated into 2 categories basically, or 3. Let's call it 3. So one category would be mages, which is sorcerer and necromancer. Second one would be rogue and barbarian, and the third one would be hybrid druid. Druid can be mage and can be melee, so you're a very versatile character. What kind of playstyle is the best for you? It's really up for you to decide. You can't go wrong selecting any of the classes so far, as no one knows exactly how things gonna play out. If you're gonna play mage, you know for a fact that if you remember Fight of Ashava, there is a lot of abilities that target distant players. Circular abilities that can bleed you out, that can just simply jump to you, and if you're fighting enemies up close, you don't have that threat of fighting like big bosses. But you have advantage of fighting monsters. You're keeping everything through distance, and if enemies gets too close to you, you have some sort of crowd control ability that can limit your damage intake so that you could mitigate the risk of death. So that would be mages. When we're speaking about melee builds, rogue and barbarian has the thing when if you're fighting enemies up close, because most likely you are, you have damage reduction. And if you have enemies shooting or damaging you from afar, you have gap closing abilities. So you can jump to them, teleport to them, slash to them, dash to them, right? You have those things. So each selection of your playstyle, it's really based on your preference, and what I can honestly say, if you like seeing different animations on screen, basically select based on that selection. It's completely normal, and I believe it is expected for you to play on different moods, different character, and the fact that you have shared inventories and shared stash, shared gold throughout the characters, it really doesn't matter what kind of class you're gonna pick at first, and if you're gonna decide to stop it, or you have decided to play something else, you can freely do that. It's perfectly fine. The game will encourage you that and give you more access to more stuff, because new class will have a lot of things discovered already. So that's good. When it comes to your selection, what kind of profession is the best, it's really based on your personal preference. I honestly believe that the first playthrough that you're gonna have before season begins gonna be the hardest one, because you're still gonna be debating either you're making a right choice, are you following up the right build based on the right legendaries, and there's gonna be a lot of heavy stuff on your head and a lot of pressure to make sure that you are doing everything to your power to be as most efficient and as best player as possible. And I can tell you that it really doesn't matter. At the end, from all of the Blizzard games, you can even look at Diablo 2, Diablo 3 and World of Warcraft as a comparison. No one cares if you're first at something. We all as a player care that you meet certain threshold so you would be in a party with us, and it doesn't matter either you're extremely strong or extremely weak, we want you in a group, we want you in the party so that you could help us kill big monsters, help us go to group dungeons. And if you're new to the thing, as we all are because game is about to be released, hey, let's explore it together. You never know what kind of things are best if you haven't tried it on your own. It's like having taste of different dishes. How would you know that you like grapefruit more than apple if you haven't tasted both? So at the end, I'm not too sure if we'll be able to test out all of 5 professions within the release of Diablo 4 right before seasons, but for the fact I'm sure that level 100, approximately 150 hours to get to max level, it's a long journey. And in order for you so you could get there, it's best not to be distracted. Pick one class and play with it. Play with one class that you love the most, and during the season switch it to the one that you liked a little bit more. And when season starts, you can jump to different class. I honestly believe that there's a lot of varieties and there's a lot of complexities when it comes to leveling in this game as far as we don't know. The way I see it is you should play one class to the very point when you say that, okay, this is boring for me, I don't like it no more, and just roll to different class. But you shouldn't do this more than twice. First things first is you select your first class because you planned your game and you decided to play as, for example, I'm gonna play a sorcerer. I'm gonna play a sorcerer up till the point where I see that, hey, this druid looks amazing, I should start playing as druid. But I'm not gonna go to different classes within the same season or same Eternal Realm when the game launches, because it will just create infinite loop of selection and then just measuring, applying different items to different builds and trying to collect everything, and it's gonna be a mess. The game is tied around seasons, and your goal in this Eternal Realm is to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to complete the story. Once you complete the story, get level 100, you will know what class is all about. Then you can look what kind of season trailers we're gonna have for the game. Then let's plan what kind of professions you're gonna take then. I'm 100% sure they will have a skill point adjustment systems made, and there's gonna be different tiers provided by various YouTubers who will be playing PTR, and you will know exactly what kind of things are the best for the season. So don't stress too much, the game's gonna be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, I'm Seb. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.